Air travel rules didn't just change, they shifted under your feet. Airlines quietly tightened what you can and can't bring, and most passengers never even noticed it. Perfectly normal items now get flagged, and sometimes tossed at the gate. These aren't just minor rule changes, these are items that can cause fires or in-flight emergencies. The scary part is, you might not even know you've packed one. Getting caught means more than just a delay, it could mean a confiscated bag or being denied boarding. But before we take off, make sure to hit that subscribe button. First up, if you carry pepper spray or mace for personal safety, you need to know the rules before you fly. These items are considered weapons, and they are strictly forbidden in your carry-on luggage. The risk is an accidental discharge in the cabin, which would be a nightmare for everyone on board. However, you pack them in your checked bag, but with very specific rules. The container must be 4 ounces or less, and it must have a safety mechanism to prevent it from accidentally going off. Also, be aware that some airlines have banned them completely, even in checked luggage, and they are illegal in many countries. So always check with your airline and destination laws before you pack. Next, that can of deodorant or hairspray in your bag is getting a second look. While toiletry aerosols are generally allowed, they fall under the 3.4-ounce or 100 milliliter liquid rule for carry-on bags. The bigger issue is flammability. Many aerosols that are not toiletries, like spray paint or cooking spray, are completely banned from both carry-on and checked bags because they are flammable. The safest way to travel with your toiletry aerosols is to ensure they are travel-sized and placed in your 1-quart bag for carry-on. For larger cans, put them in your checked luggage, but make sure the cap is secure to prevent accidental release. Always double-check that the aerosol is not marked as flammable. That handy multi-tool or pair of scissors in your travel kit could get you stopped at security. The rule is all about the features. Multi-tools with knives of any length are completely prohibited from carry-on bags. The same goes for scissors with blades longer than 4 inches from the pivot point. To avoid having your items confiscated, pack any multi-tools with knives or large scissors in your checked luggage. If you must have a tool in the cabin, make sure it's a bladeless multi-tool or that the scissors are smaller than the 4-inch limit. When in doubt, remember that the final decision rests with the TSA officer, so it's often better to check it. Next up, cordless hairstyling tools that run on gas cartridges or lithium-ion batteries are a no-go for checked bags. The safety concern is real. Pressure changes can cause gas cartridges to leak or even explode, and lithium batteries can enter what's called thermal runaway, causing fires that are incredibly hard to put out on a plane. If you must bring one, it has to be in your carry-on, with a safety cover locked over the heating element to prevent it from turning on. Also, spare gas cartridges are completely prohibited in both carry-on and checked bags. Your safest bet is a classic corded tool, or if you're set on cordless, get a heat-proof sleeve, pack it in your cabin bag, and ensure it's secured. Next, your trusty power bank is under major scrutiny. The FAA recorded a record number of lithium battery incidents last year, mostly involving thermal runaway where they spontaneously catch fire. It's a terrifying emergency in the tight confines of a plane. As a result, spare lithium batteries and power banks are now completely banned from checked luggage. They must be in your carry-on. And even then, they generally have to be under 100 watt-hours. For anything between 101 and 160 watt-hours, you'll need airline approval, and are usually limited to 2. To prevent short circuits, protect the terminals with tape or keep them in their original packaging. And if a battery is damaged or recalled, recycle it before you even think about flying. This one might surprise you. Any powder in a container larger than 12 ounces, about the size of a soda can, is getting extra attention. This includes your protein powder or even coffee creamer. Unfortunately, powders can be used to disguise explosive materials. This means if you have a large container in your carry-on, TSA will likely pull it for secondary screening and may even confiscate it. The simple solution is to move large powder containers to your checked luggage, as the rule doesn't apply there. Or for your carry-on, just pack powders in smaller, clearly labeled containers under the 12-ounce limit. You know, that homemade sandwich or snack wrapped in aluminum foil is actually getting flagged more and more these days. When TSA agents can't see what's inside on the X-ray, it really raises a red flag. This forces a manual bag check, and honestly, it just slows the whole line down. To avoid all that hassle, it's best to ditch the foil and those opaque wrappers. Instead, try using clear, resealable containers so agents can identify the contents at a glance. And, oh, don't forget, the 3.4-ounce liquid rule still applies to things like chili or soup. So those have to be in tiny containers or, just go in your checked bag. Yes, you read that right. The Samsung Galaxy Note 7, infamous for its battery fires, is still permanently banned from all aircraft worldwide. It is not allowed in carry-on or checked luggage, whether it's on or off. The fire risk is just too well documented. Attempting to bring one can lead to hefty fines or being denied boarding. It's not worth it. If you're unsure what model you have, check the fine print on the back of your phone before you pack. This is one rule that will likely never change. Smart luggage is convenient until you're told to remove the battery and realize you can't. If your bag's lithium battery isn't removable, it's grounded. This rule exists because those batteries pose the same fire risk as power banks if left in the cargo hold. The solution is simple. Only buy smart luggage with an ejectable battery. Before you check your bag, you must pop the battery out and carry it with you into the cabin. This rule also applies to those popular kids' ride-on suitcases that have built-in chargers. Finally, a broad but critical category: any recalled or visibly damaged battery. This includes batteries in hoverboards, certain vapes, or even portable fans. If a battery looks swollen, punctured, or is known to be faulty, it's a major red flag for thermal runaway. These are strictly prohibited in both carry-on and checked bags. Before you fly, do a quick search for any recalls on your electronic devices. If you find a battery that's swollen or damaged, don't risk it. Recycle it properly before your trip. Safety first. So there you have it. To recap, check your pepper spray and make sure it's allowed. Keep carry-on aerosols under 3.4 ounces. Pack multi-tools with knives in your checked bag. Cordless hair tools go in your carry-on with the safety on. All power banks and spare batteries join you in the cabin. Large powders go in your checked bag. Use clear containers for food. Never, ever pack a Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Eject the battery from your smart luggage. And if a battery looks dodgy, leave it home. Airline rules are constantly changing, but it's all for our safety. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll keep you updated on any new changes. Have your own banned item story or a clever travel hack? Drop it in the comments below. Safe travels, pack smart, and I'll see you at the gate. Remember the last time you squeezed into your airplane seat, bracing for hours in the sky? Sure, flying gets us there fast, but let's be real, it's not always a smooth ride. Crammed seats, crying babies, dry air. Sound familiar? That's why I've gathered 7 flight hacks Airlines hope you never find out. And they'll change the way you fly forever. Quick heads up, if you love travel hacks like this, hit subscribe now so you never miss a trick Airlines don't want you to know. Let's be real, nothing beats scoring the window seat. Clouds, cities, sunsets, it's unbeatable. It's like your own private nook in the sky, cozy, quiet, and all yours. But here's the catch. Window seats get cold, like shivering even with a blanket cold. Planes are engineering marvels, but comfort, that's not their strong suit. Up at 35,000 feet, the plane's outer shell can hit minus 140 degrees Fahrenheit. That's colder than Antarctica. You won't turn into an icicle, but that chill, it creeps in, especially on long hauls. But don't worry, this one's an easy fix. Just toss a light jacket or cozy sweater in your carry-on, even if you're flying to paradise. Better to be snug than stuck freezing in your seat for 6 hours. Bonus tip: forget your layer? Ask the flight attendant for a blanket. They've got your back. You've just buckled in, the plane's rolling toward takeoff, and the flight attendant hands you a hot drink. Sounds nice, right? Coffee, tea, it feels like first-class treatment. But before you take a sip, there's something you really need to know. That hot water? It usually comes from tanks that rarely, and I mean rarely, get properly cleaned. And it's not just rumors. Actual studies show that airplane water is kind of disgusting. We're talking E. coli, staph, and bacteria you definitely don't want floating in your tea. So what should you drink instead? Easy. Bottled water or sealed juice only. If it's sealed, it's safe. And way more refreshing than mystery tank water. Hydration's important, but not at the cost of gulping down germy water. So do yourself a favor. Go sealed, stay safe. All right, time for some airplane hygiene real talk. And it's not what you think. Everyone knows planes are flying germ factories, but you haven't heard the worst part yet. Because the filthiest spot on board? It's not the bathroom. Sure, the lavatory is gross, but there's a hidden hotspot that's way worse. It's that tray table you're about to eat off. Yep, that thing is a germ nightmare. Hundreds of hands touch it every day, and who knows what else has been on it. People eat off them. And yes, even change diapers on them. Flight crews try to clean, but trays often get skipped in the mad dash between flights. Runner-up for dirtiest spot? Those seat back pockets you're tempted to stuff everything into. We all toss snacks and phones in there, but those pockets are almost never cleaned. So how do you avoid these sneaky germ zones like a pro? It's simple. Just be prepared with a few easy moves. First, throw a pack of sanitizing wipes into your carry-on. Non-negotiable. Wipe that tray the second you sit down, and give the seatback pocket a once-over while you're at it. Let's be honest. Nothing kills vacation vibes faster than being trapped at the airport with a delayed flight. But what if I told you there's a ridiculously simple trick that slashes your chances of delays? It's all about timing, and most people get this part wrong. Flight delays snowball as the day goes on. One late plane leads to another, and another. One late flight in the morning triggers a ripple effect that can wreck your whole day, or even your entire trip. So here's the travel hack. Book the earliest flight you can, always. The earlier you're in the air, the less chance you'll hit any delays. It's that simple. And bonus, morning flights are usually smoother for anyone who hates turbulence. Morning air is calmer, which means your flight's smoother, quieter, and just plain better. You land on time, feel more rested, and start your trip off right. So next time you're booking, do yourself a favor. Wake up early and grab that morning flight. Everyone thinks the front of the plane is where all the perks are. Sure, first class gets the fancy seats, the champagne, the VIP treatment, but believe it or not, there's a secret perk to sitting in the back of the plane. Yep, those rear rows, they might actually get better service. When you're in the back, it's easier for crew to sneak you an extra snack or drink, without the whole cabin watching. And if the galley's behind you, crew is nearby ready to help, fast. No aisle traffic, no squeezing past carts. It just makes their job easier. Now sure, it's not first-class service, don't expect champagne, but if you want a smoother experience and maybe a little extra love from the crew, the back's where it's at. So next time you book, don't overlook the back. It might just surprise you. Let's talk neck pillows. That tiny travel essential that can make or break your flight. Inflatable neck pillows can be a total lifesaver when you're trying to sleep at 30,000 feet. They keep your head from bobbing around and help you avoid that dreaded neck cramp. But here's a travel fail you'll want to avoid. Never fully inflate your neck pillow before takeoff. As the plane climbs, cabin pressure drops, and the air inside your pillow expands. If it's fully inflated on the ground, it might literally pop mid-air. And yes, it happens. The fix? Super simple. Just leave a little wiggle room when inflating it. It might feel a bit squishy at first, but mid-air, it firms up just right for a comfy nap. One small adjustment now saves you a big mid-flight headache later. Let's face it, airplane food is, well, not winning any awards. But here's a little-known trick that can totally upgrade your in-flight meal. Order the special meal. Now you're probably thinking, but I'm not vegan, gluten-free, or allergic to anything. Doesn't matter. You don't need dietary restrictions to score the perks. Here's the deal. Special meals are made in smaller batches and loaded first, so they're often fresher and way better tasting than the regular stuff. Bonus, you usually get your meal first. More time to eat, relax, or dive into your book. Don't be afraid to switch it up. Special meals might just surprise you in the best way. Sometimes, leveling up your travel is as simple as thinking outside the tray. Next time you book a flight, check that special meal box and thank yourself later. And there you have it. 7 flight hacks that could totally transform your next trip. These small tweaks can help you stay comfy, skip the stress, and maybe even enjoy your time in the sky. Got travel buddies? Hit share and pass these tips along. No one deserves a cold seat or a germ-filled drink. Safe travels.